Yeah. What's going on, fam? Little Saturday Night Live, man. We promised tonight we will not go over the time. We will end on the proper time. You understand? I got chastised for running for 4 hours. You understand? So we're going to do it upright. Big shout out, Captain Mashak Mayan in the building with us tonight. Right. Officer Kazak Ahmad in the building with us tonight. What's going on, Warrior? We got some other. Oh, there he go. General Haas up in the building with us. You understand? Oz, I don't think we can hear you yet. You know, man. So we're gonna jump right in. Where we going first, Mashak?
We definitely have a good few stories. We have, of course, Haiti situation with Moïse.
Right. We'll come back on that next.
We have the sister we talked about last week who Nike didn't want to pay her while she was pregnant. Allison Felix.
Damn. She was endorsed by Nike.
She was endorsed by
Nike.
Yeah, Go
ahead, sir.
Yeah, please. Let me pull her up a little bit. Go ahead.
Olympian Allison Felix says Nike was beyond disrespectful when asking her to be in female empowerment ads while privately disputing maternity protections.
Damn. Would show you that them heathens are behind the female, what did she call it? What kind of ad? Female
empowerment, sir.
Right. So they behind. Wow, boy. Let me tell you something about the heathen. I mean, they are all rejoicing at the fact that we are in captivity and that they don't have to deal with us.
Right.
Because they're the ones we thinking this is a black woman thing or an American thing. Meanwhile, it's Nike. It's the daggone Japanese and Koreans pushing for black women to empower themselves. And that empowerment means less husbands, less children, less families, more working out.
Yeah.
Which means what? More Nike sneakers.
Okay.
That's a shame. Go ahead, Al.
Kawakan. The Olympic sprinter Allison Felix said her stomach dropped when she was asked to participate in a female empowerment ad for Nike. Wow.
Salaki, I didn't mean to cut you. Go ahead.
Kawakan. While negotiating maternity protections with the company.
So just so I could understand, she was negotiating paternity protection because she knew she was going to be pregnant.
Yeah, kind of.
Wow.
She's one of them Olympic superstars damn near with a whole ton of gold medals and stuff like that. And of course, she married her brother. She became pregnant, and in between the Olympics, they be having all them meets, all them different meets, IAAF,
some competitions.
Yeah, in between, and of course they make a ton of money there, and they could release shoes on her. She was like the female face for Nike. So of course, with her being pregnant and she can't run, they first tried to put her on down their minimum wage to take away a whole ton of her salary from the endorsements. Like they cut the thing down a whole lot. And she was like, she couldn't understand what the hell was going on. And she's saying like, now that I think she left Nike and created her own brand.
Wow.
And she come back and qualify for the Olympics again, and she's going to be running her own brand. Now she coming out more and talking about how Nike on one hand is slapping you behind doors, but in the public, having you championing their cause to try to make them look so good and favorable.
Right. Like they love your blackness and love you empowering yourself as a woman when really they like selling Nike sneakers to all your people in the hood.
That's it.
Like without black people and Latino people, I'm not sure Nike would make a quarter. I know this much. Them shoes wouldn't be that much because the Edomites wouldn't be buying that much on sneakers, which they call tennis shoes. They still call it tennis shoes. They don't even recognize it on no level. You think all of this right here is just to show your athletic ability and your athletic skills when really this is to sell sneakers.
Yeah.
Like you gonna work from a child to be the fastest runner in the world. Really, you think you doing it to accomplish something as a woman, to empower yourself as a woman, when in fact you doing it because Nike wants to sell more sneakers. Damn. Like y'all jump in, but did we lose Haas? We get him back.
Yeah, he coming right back.
Like you gonna lose. This is once again, man, when you open up the real avenues of this empire and see and all the empires around the world, you see why the Most High said not to join these heathens. Right. Because you thinking this is all. Now remember now, the whole reason they empowering her, but yet discouraging her having any babies. Mm-hmm. Because that's not gonna sell Nike sneakers. You understand? Having babies and having family is gonna encourage women to be women. Right. When they need to encourage women to be track stars, so that every woman will not squawk when they gotta spend $250, $300 for a pair of Nike sneakers. Right. $300 that could be going towards their baby. You know how many clothes you could buy for a baby for $300? Right. And instead, them clothes gotta go to her. I can't wait till sisters start making baby clothes, because they charge so much money for baby clothes because they know it has an emotional attachment to the woman. Right. So they know they could hike the price up. But when the sisters start doing it, then the price will be low, because I mean, you talk about 1 yard of fabric for a little infant baby. Right. It might not even cost $3. You know what I'm saying? Right. Sew it up and you got baby clothes. That's, once again, man, we just use like cattle. We use like cattle for this. Give me a little more if you don't mind, y'all. Jump in anytime y'all ready.
Just showing you here. So this is the same sister. This is the daughter she had when Nike was pressure her. Yeah, this is the same sister.
And this is what Nike tried to stop. Shame on them, man. Like black women need to go out and buy now. So get me right. She got her own sneakers now.
She have her own clothing brand, her own athletic brand. I'm not sure if these sneakers look like they might be Adidas sneakers. I ain't too sure, but I know the clothes she wearing. If you look, the shorts she have on it, she have a little symbol down there, a little white symbol.
We should get the name of that, man. Sisters should go buy her stuff. Search out the name of that. Let me pull a scripture in the meantime, if I could.
Yes, sir.
Y'all know where I'm going. First Maccabees, the first chapter. You understand? And starting at the 13th verse. Go ahead, Kazak.
Sir. First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 13. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
Right, to do after the ordinances of the heathen, man, which is what these heathens do. Like they created this whole Olympics and this whole ordinances strictly to make money around the world. Right. They could care less who the number one person is. And before I go any further, I just want to give a big shout out to Officer Arawaja. I'm gonna give that brother a call, man. I heard about the miracle that took place with that brother, man, where Satan tried to take him out. That's right. But he's still here recovering and doing well in the grace and mercy of the Most High. So big shout out to Officer Arawaja. Get back to him on this. But this right here, once again, you know, we got to lose the brainwashing of the empire. Right. And we got to start to really look at what is the reason for all these things that we are participating in this world, and yet being encouraged to not follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, to get away from his laws, to get away from what he says is right and wrong. That's what we being encouraged to do. Right. You understand? And she's stuck in a betwixt because she's trying to have her baby and still trying to run for the Olympics. And that baby is way, way more important than the Olympic gold medal and the endorsements that she's going to get behind. That's right. Like that, like she bringing life into the world is way more important than that. Right. You understand? Yeah. Give me some more.
Kawakan. Whereupon they built a place of exercise.
There it is. Now remember, now it said license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
Right.
And one of the main, and this is in these scriptures not for no reason. It ain't. Now check this out. As we reading this, it isn't a coincidence that the number one athletes in the world are black and Latinos. That ain't no coincidence. It ain't no coincidence that in America, the number one bulk of athletes in football, basketball, baseball, now the number one in tennis, the number one in golf for a while until he ran the car off the ditch and got beat up by the Edomite. You know what I mean? Tiger, or they had golf as well. You understand? And the number one in all of that happens to be us. There's no accident that when they go to talk about what the heathen gave them license to do, that the first thing on the list is a place of exercise. For those that may not know what it means, when they say a place of exercise, it means the Olympics, man. Okay. The Olympics came from the Greeks.
Right.
What we're reading about right here are Greeks that empowered the Lord's chosen people to go against the Lord's way of life and to create the Greek games, man. And here's the other part. The Greek games are based on the Greek gods. Right. Okay. That's why they walk with that torch. That's why. And here's the thing. The Greek Olympics used to be done naked. You wonder why they got such scarcely clad clothing on. Right. It's because though the Olympics, they used to do it do it naked.
Okay.
Now I can see if I can pull up a picture for you if you want, Mashak.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about. The archaeology one?
Yeah. You got one, or you can get one?
Yeah.
Pull up one to show those Greeks. Them Greeks was running naked and doing Olympics naked. You understand? And many of those Greeks were us back then too. Right. In the archaeology, it shows you they was black. Like once again, man, to get our way back to Christ, we're gonna have to look at everything around us and realize that we live in a different life than the life that Christ gave us. And it is why we find it difficult to get back to him. Right. Well, we got to try to fight past that difficulty and get back to the Most High. You got one, Mashak? Not yet.
Okay, not yet.
Because I'll keep reading for me. General, you jump in when you're ready.
Kawakan, sir. First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 14.
This the killer right here. Go ahead.
Kawakan. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem.
At Jerusalem, at our headquarters. And I saw that place of exercise in Jerusalem, the ruins of it. It's huge. Mm-hmm. It's huge. And they got a long aqueduct. Now, remember, we talking about a partially desert country where they built a huge aqueduct of water to make sure they had all the water they needed for the athletes while the people were struggling to get water every day. Right. Digging wells. There it is right there. Like they used to do them. And there's the torch. Oh, man, Mashak, you hit it dead on the head. That's the Olympic torch to the Greek god. I believe it's Thor, right? Right. I think it's the Greek god Thor. I'm not 100% sure, but it's to a Greek god. Will show you that we fully enveloped in the customs of the heathen. And because of our suffering and poverty and lamentations, we gravitate to that. We gravitate to that. Let me go up above that if I could. Read the 11th verse for me, Kazak. Because okay, I don't know about everybody out there listening, but for me, and I've been in this a long time, but I still read these scriptures out and hear these stories, and I'm still amazed. There it is. I went and saw that firsthand. That's it. Now, right there, it used to be a big ass cement floor covering that whole thing, because the athletes would come up from the bottom of that thing,
right,
and come up onto the stage. Like you couldn't see all that in the seats around them. Mm-hmm. You would just see a flat surface where the athletes would come out of. And not only that, they had us in there fighting animals, lions, all kind of stuff for the amusement of the people round about us. And I got to find that book. There's a book out showing how after Christ's death, how we went around and woke up so many brothers and sisters that they could no longer fill those arenas. We're the ones that broke down them arenas, teaching brothers and sisters about Christ and bringing the compassion back to us, bringing the love back to us. Because before that, our brothers and sisters would be up in that arena, and their own brothers and sisters would be down in the arena fighting lions and tigers, and they'd be up in the bleachers cheering on the lion and tiger till they tear that brother or sister apart. Much like what we do right now.
Right.
We do that right now when it comes to brothers in them sports arenas, the MMA or the boxing arena. We cheering them on while they beat the hell out of another brother for the amusement of Esau and the heathens.
Right.
You know what I mean? But in them scriptures and in the history, oh man, oh no, I got it. Hold on, bear with me 1 second, y'all.
No,
in the history, we got rid of that. We got that spirit out of us, man. And because we got it out of us, bear with me, Sloggy, y'all. I opened up something I should open up. Sloggy.
You want him to continue reading?
Huh?
You want him to continue?
No. Oh shit! It happened again. Yeah, Sloggy, I'm back with you right now.
No,
right. So in them arenas, man, we got together and we hated ourselves and sat there and cheered on with the heathens, and we doing it today.
Right.
And now the Most High is waking us up, man, and it seems so normal, the Olympics, but it is the worship of a Greek god against the Most High.
Right.
It's satanic. You understand? It's straight up satanic. And what you showed was the proof of it with that torch, because that's how they set off the Olympics.
Right.
They give you that torch and they have somebody run a whole bunch of miles with that torch before the Olympics start. And by the first day of the Olympics, he come running into the arena with the torch.
And
he lights the eternal fire of one of them gods, Thor, or one of them Greek gods, man.
I don't know if you remember too. So when they had made Muhammad Ali do it.
That's what I do. You know, I do remember it. He had the Parkinson's then.
Yep.
And could barely hold the torch still.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, they had him holding the torch.
You know
what I'm saying? Which is complete Greek mythology that you were part of. You know what I mean? He was an older man then, you know what I'm saying? Beloved and honored by Esau, even though he was hated by Esau at the time that he stood up for black people and his blackness. You know what I mean? He was deeply hated at that time. And over years and years and years, that's when they realized, just like us, they reading about us black people in the Bible, and now they worshiping the people in the Bible, David and Christ and the prophets and Moses. But during that time, them Greeks and Romans hated us. You understand? While they was in them caves and we were fighting the Egyptians, they hated us. That's why I say in Obadiah that they were at the back of the line killing us off. That's why the Lord said, "Thou shouldest not stood on the other side."
Right.
They stood there trying to help the Babylonians slay us. They hated us.
Right.
But now, look at them all now. Now they all trying to call themselves Christians and follow the Bible. When they hated the people of the Bible back then.
Right.
Okay. And hate them customs now. Go ahead and read that. Please jump in.
The same way how they hated that Allyson Felix behind the scenes, but then was pretending as if she was, so valuable to them. The same way they hated Muhammad Ali, but then they use him like, he on his way out, he had the Parkinson's, but he could still do the torch.
Exactly.
They always do it. Like they ain't got no cut card when it comes to using and abusing us. But then they put us on Front Street to make the world fall in love with their custom. Right. Because without, as you was rightly saying, without us, like nobody will fill these stadiums without us. Like they have these huge stadiums and nobody would fill them. And they keep in the whole, you see right around here how they have the people kind of running, doing the it's just like in the Olympic mirror we just watched. Right. Like nobody would watch these games if we are not there. Right. But they misuse us so much they have to now come and lie and pretend like if, okay, yeah, we so care and this, that, the other, when that ain't it.
And they better watch out because the coronavirus, they said, is trying to run rampant. They said the Japanese people don't want the Olympics there. The regular Japanese citizens are saying, man, go home. They putting up protest signs telling them to go to hell home, get the hell up out of here. Right. We don't want you here, because they don't want them athletes to come over there from all over the world and bring the corona over there and wipe Japan off the face of the earth.
And wipe out Toshiba.
Exactly. You know, man, wipe out Honda and Kawasaki. You know what I'm saying? There it is. Cancel the Tokyo Olympics. Cancel the Tokyo Olympics. Good. They don't want them to be there.
Right.
You know what I mean? They want them to get the hell up out of there.
Right.
So what they doing to this sister is evil as hell. And it's so biblical. I don't see why everybody don't see how biblical it is and see how we got to make such a change as a people to really find our way out of this paper bag we've been in. Because black people, Latino people think the Olympics is the greatest thing in the world if you make it to the Olympics.
Right.
You know what I mean? You top of the world, you an athlete, you this, you that, when it means nothing to the Most High. He can do for you everything that you asking for without you ever going to the Olympics.
Right.
And that sister there made the right choice. Like, that baby is more important than a career in this world. The career is more important than the baby. And they only gassing sisters up with that because, once again, come to find out, they making so much money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and read that. Read 11 for me, then we'll jump back to where you was, and I'm gonna get off and let y'all in.
Kawakan, 1 Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men.
Wicked men. Your preacher in the church, your politicians, man.
Right.
And sometimes your athletes. Go ahead.
Who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
That's right.
For since we've departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
You see that? That's how they do it.
Right.
That is how they do it. They keep us poor. They keep us poor, and then they raise you up to go to the Olympics.
Right.
And if you win in the Olympics, they give you hundreds of thousands of dollars, probably millions of dollars in endorsements. So you got to go to the heathen so that you don't have so much trouble anymore.
Right.
So that you don't have so much hardship anymore. You understand? So much sorrow anymore, which is how they got us to change over Christianity from what the scriptures said to what is being taught today. That is how they got us to totally invest as politicians in the empire. And that's how they got us to join the Olympics, man.
Right.
And be a part of the Olympics. And it's a shame that this sister got to do all that she has to do to make money while struggling still to raise her daughter.
Right.
You should not have to run down a track faster than anybody in the world to feed yourself.
Right.
Like, that in itself is shameful.
Come on.
But in this kingdom, once again, this is not the world that Christ is going to build. This is the world that Satan built.
Right.
And in this kingdom, it's considered an honorable thing to get a gold medal in the Olympics, man. Read that last part for me in 14. Was it 14 or 15?
14, sir.
Go ahead.
Kawakan, verse 14. Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen.
15, and I'm over with it.
Kawakan, verse 15. And made themselves uncircumcised.
Damn, made ourselves uncircumcised, meaning cut ourselves off from the covenant of the Most High. Right. That's what it means to make yourself uncircumcised. It don't mean that you go out and re-sew a piece of foreskin on your penis. Right. That's not what it's talking about. It's talking about making yourself uncircumcised by breaking the covenant that was done with the Most High. You breaking the covenant, and now you taking on the customs of the heathens,
right?
Which is what they want sisters to do. They want sisters to get on some black woman empowerment and forget about having children.
Right.
Forget about having family, but get on some black woman empowerment and let Nike make another $1 billion off of the sneakers. Go ahead.
And made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant.
Turned their back on these laws that was given to us to make us great.
Right.
Turned their back on these commandments, these statutes that was made to make us great. Go ahead.
And joined themselves to the heathen.
See that? Them Olympics, them sports, period, is evil as hell. That's why it's such a shock that LeBron James came out the way he did. And that's why they hate Colin Kaepernick so much. Because the whole idea of professional sports is for you to separate you from your people and join yourself to the heathen. So when you done join yourself to the heathen to be in the sports, for you to turn around now and be like, now I'm going to say something about the suffering of my brothers and sisters, it's like, what the hell is this? Somebody, y'all put your phones on mute. Somebody's echoing back real strong. You understand? When you do that, then they turn around and say, oh, you supposed to love us. What they saying subconsciously is you supposed to love us. You supposed to care for us. You ain't supposed to love your own. You supposed to turn on your own. You understand? Go ahead. Last line.
So Dr. General.
Please, y'all jump in.
Just on what you was bringing out, this sister here, her name is Brianna Rollins McNeil. And she was supposed to go to the Olympics this year as well. But this sister here had an abortion just before the Olympics.
Wow.
And because when she had the abortion, she was recovering, and she could not show up for the drug test.
Wow.
So they she failed the drug test for a no-show. But her transgression is harsher than the sister who, they caught with the weed. They're saying because she ain't show up, they're banning her for 5 years.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So she like all the scriptures say they eat the baby for the want of all things.
Yeah.
You just bringing out there like, they done forsake the covenant for a goddamn gold medal.
Right.
You lose the baby, and know you still can't run.
Right.
Wow. Like what you're saying is amazing. So she murdered her baby to go to the Olympics and ended up not being able to go because she murdered the baby. Amazing. Like, once again, that's a perfect example of what we're talking about. That's a perfect example of what we're talking about, man.
It's
okay.
Crazy. Come.
General, you trying to jump in?
Yeah, come on. Real quick, General, the name of the shoe is Sayash or something like that. The SAYSH, the brand she started. Now, when she told them she's trying to negotiate a contract with them, right?
Right.
I read the article. The article said Nike cut her pay by 70%. You know what I mean? Cut her pay by 70% because she decided a while ago that she wanted to have a baby.
Wow.
And she told them, and she got pregnant. They said they're gonna cut her pay by 70%, sir. 70%. You know what I mean?
7 or 7-0?
2, sir.
7 or 7-0?
7-0, sir.
Damn.
7-0.
You see that? We show you that's hell.
Right.
That's why that sister decided so I don't lose my pay, I'm gonna murder my baby.
Right.
And went to murder the baby, and the Lord still blocked her from going.
Yeah.
Right.
Like she should be so depressed right now. You know what I'm saying? To have had done something like that, to say that, like, she's supposed to say to herself, I can't believe that I killed my baby for this Olympics and still did not get to go. Like, boy, that's a horror. That's a horror, man.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a horrible thing.
And she can't run for 5 years, so which means she gonna miss the next Olympics.
Yep.
Which was the point.
Yeah.
Yep. The point is she'd never be able to come back, because 10 years from now, I mean, there's slim chance she could still come back and do what she did that time. That them Olympics is on the edge of of them sports. They're the top flight edge of it.
Yeah.
So for you to come back and be at that same level 10 years later 8 years later is a rare thing. It's a rare thing.
And so if I could, like she ain't stand with the Lord and lose it all. This sister stand with the Lord and gain what she lose.
Right.
That's right.
She step away from the Nike contract. Like if there's an example for somebody in the world that a little bit of faith, a little bit of integrity, you get the baby, you get your own brand. They say she just launched her shoe for the own brand last month.
Wow.
And she qualified to go and run for the Olympics this year.
Which show you she turned her back on Nike.
Yep.
And the Lord blessed her with two blessings. Her own company and the baby.
And the baby.
Incredible.
If I could too, so like in the spirit, like that Nike, that's a God in itself, right?
So
it's like she left a God.
That's right.
Her power in the middle of this Greek oppression.
That's right.
And once again, the Lord ain't a bully. He's showing you what to do.
That's right. And get me right on it. Nike is a Greek god of war, is it not?
Victory.
Of victory. You know what I mean? A Greek god of victory. Crazy.
If I could too, the previous Olympics, they did have a sister get pregnant, and she ran in Olympics pregnant. 8 months pregnant.
Dang.
You know what I mean? 8 months pregnant. Like Cat was shocked brought out, that sister had a choice. Either you can get in there, you can run pregnant, or you can go ahead on and have an abortion. And either way, you're going to be humiliated and lose. This one sister said, forget all of that, I'm out. And she had a baby and went back and came back and gained it all back plus some.
Right.
You understand? Crazy. And that's the Lord. Now, if I could, sir, this lets us know too that we are the prey to the other nations.
Right.
To be able to choose between running pregnant and having an abortion, or you're gonna lose your money, means we pray to the nation. You know what I mean, sir? And the brother can give me Ezekiel 34:8 real fast.
Double con, sir.
Like we pray to these other nations, man, that's ruling over top of us. We're making them money. We're making them rich. While you got the poor young brothers and sisters in the ghettos, the barrios and reservations, busting their behinds to pay money for sneakers. They can't even buy food for the house.
That's right.
You know what I mean? To pay these bills, they buying these high behind sneakers. You know what I mean? Like we keeping their pockets rich. We're putting their kids in college.
Right.
You understand? Like we pray to them. We keeping them rich. We buying them the clothes they buying, them cars, their houses they got. We doing that. We are sustaining their lifestyle with our choices. You know what I mean? Read for me, brother. Ezekiel 34:8.
Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 8. As I live, saith the Lord God, surely because my flock became a prey.
Who's the Lord's flock? Them 12 tribes, the nation of Israel.
Right.
You understand? And who are they? The so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. You are the flock of the Lord, and you have become prey. You understand? Go ahead.
And my flock became meat to every beast of the field.
The Most High considers these nations as beasts. You understand? It's an analogy. And we are prey, meaning we are getting devoured by them. They are preying on us and getting rich, making billions of dollars off of us and our prowess that the Lord gave to us.
Right.
You understand? They've been doing this here, like you said, since the Greeks, all the way up to now. I went to Rome, right? And I seen the Colosseum out there. That Colosseum in Rome was damn near the same size as the arenas they have today in modern sports. You know what I mean? I went in and walked around inside of it. It was humongous. It's the same spirit that was back then that's here now.
Right.
And they are capitalizing off of what the Lord gave us. We was in there fighting them animals because of our physical prowess. You know what I mean? How much we are warriors. Same right now with us in these Olympic Games and all the things they got going on for us now because of our physical prowess that the Lord gave us.
Right.
We entertainment for them, but we also making them money.
Yeah.
Yeah, we making them rich. We have prayed to these other nations.
That's right.
That's why wherever we at, they got to slavery, that nation gets rich. You understand me? All them gold medals that this land called America got, they get it from the backs of blacks, Hispanic, Native Indians. They get them these gold medals, man. You understand? Keep on reading, brother.
Khan. Because there was no shepherd.
Because our so-called leaders had got a big fat old F. Because they're not leading us the correct right way, man.
Right.
They're not being a shepherd to the flock. Don't go over here. Don't do this. You come back here and follow the Lord say follow. They're not doing that, man. They're not doing that. Everybody talking about that one sister who got put out the limits because of smoking weed and saying it's a shame she should still be able to run. What about the fact that she smoked weed? Mm-hmm. And it's against what the Lord said, no matter what you feel or think. Nobody think about that? That's why the Lord said, no, you ain't be able to run now. Stop making excuses for the evil we do, man. Keep on reading, brother.
Khan. Neither did my shepherds search for my flock.
Them leaders ain't looking for us, man.
Right.
They ain't out there trying to help heal us. They worried about getting a paycheck from master. That's all they care about, man. Go ahead.
Khan. But the shepherds fed themselves and fed not my flock.
There you go. They care about what's going on in their pockets and not what's coming in our pockets. They don't care about us, man. They don't care. You understand? We are prey to today, and we're making them rich.
Right.
We're making them so rich to the point to where a sister said, okay, I'm still gonna have to run because I'm pregnant. Then one sister say, okay, well, I got to have the abortion so I can run, and then lose everything still. That's us.
Right.
We are prey to the nations. You understand? But the Lord showed us the avenue of what we've always been saying. You know what I mean? We got to come together and do our own thing. And stop depending on them. Like the sister, even though I know she in the world, but she went and started her own brand. Had the baby, got her own shoe, you know what I mean? Got her endorsements, you know what I mean? We got to start back doing for ourselves as a nation, man.
Right.
You understand? The whole nation. And the crazy part about it is, until now, I didn't hear about this story, sir. You hear about it, sir? Was shocked I hear about this story about this?
No, I hadn't heard about it.
Hearing about it. So why ain't our leaders talking about what's going on with us? If you're a leader of Black, Hispanic, Native Indians, you got to be in tune to everything that go on with us.
Right.
Every avenue of our life. And they're not doing it, man. They are only interested in what makes the master man and what brings money in their pocket, man.
Right.
They don't care about what's going on with us in the ghetto. I was riding through Philly today, man. I was in the Badlands. And the Badlands, brother, is terrible. I mean, it looked like a bomb hit there, man. People wandering around like a bomb is hit and they got shell shocked. Where the leaders at? Where they at? Where they at? To help us in our communities, man. And we got to make a choice. Look at the sister with a pink shirt on with her pregnant. It's a travesty, man.
Right.
You shouldn't have to do that. All these so-called celebrities with money and power so-called in this land, where you at? Why aren't y'all speaking against this evil that's going on, man?
Right.
And support so they don't have to do this. You don't find this with no other nation in the earth. None. Right. I ain't seen it. Except for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Slocky, so that's it. I'm gonna drop it on that, Jimmy.
Hey, I want to let everybody know that's watching us live right now. If you are on the Commanding General Yahanna site, I need you to go over to Black Watch News on YouTube. Like you on the old site. We getting ready to leave that site and come over to this site. Type in Black Watch News and you're going to see the new site we on, and then just jump into that site and hit the subscribe button while you're at it.
Right.
And then you'll be on the new site because we phasing out the old site.
That's right.
We're coming on to the new blackwatch.news site. We also, in to give us a couple of weeks, we're going to do the official launch on the blackwatch.news site outside of YouTube. That's going to be a whole nother site with all kind of live stuff. We got other stuff that's going to be added to that site as well. But for now, if you're on, like I see, let me flip over here. Yeah, I see quite a few of you on Black Watch on Commanding General Yahanna. If you're on Commanding General Yahanna right now, open another tab on your phone or on your computer and type in blackwatch.news or Blackwatch News, and then switch over to that channel. In about 5 minutes or 10 minutes, we're going to come back and drop this channel and bring you over to that channel. And that'll be the only channel that we on. So y'all try to jump over there, all right?
Come on.
Everybody get in on that channel. All right. And let's there you go. I see y'all coming over now. Beautiful, beautiful. Everybody coming over. Y'all come on over to that channel. This will be the news channel. Subscribe to this channel so that you can get the notifications, and you won't be still stuck on the Commander General Yahanna channel. Come on over, everybody. The water. All right.
Christ, sir.
Y'all coming over, right? All right. Now let's talk about Haiti right quick. Okay, we checked in. Okay, with the officer over Haiti, which is Yesharia. Yesharia, did I get it right? Yep. Yesharia, who's over the Haiti camp, who've been watching over the brothers and sisters in Haiti, teaching them, raising them up by the authority of the ISUPK. So we got in touch with him and told him to check in with us. Okay, so we're gonna jump in. We're gonna hear what he's saying, and then after that, we're gonna cut the Command and General Yahanna site and bring everybody over to the Blackwatch News site. All right. So jump in with that interview right quick, if you could, Captain Mashat.
Out of what comes. He's an officer of 5,000 yachts of Allah under Commander General Yahanna. As you know, right now, the whole entire earth is talking about one thing: assassination of the former president, Moses. Now, his name is Moïse, but Moïse specifically is French. Now, okay, what's going on with his assassination, which is what a lot of people figure out? Why was he assassinated? Well, let me give people context about this situation. Now, Moses, right, since he became the president.
Bear with me one second. Let me pull it back a little bit.
Why was he assassinated? Well, let me give people context about this situation. So now Moses, right, since he became the president, it was a lot of expectation coming from the people in the private sector in Haiti. Now, who are the people in the private sector in the Haiti? Those are heathens that control the economic of the country. These people are not our people.
These are heathens.
These are heathens. A lot of
them. And real quick, I don't want to get you off the story, but real quick, when you say they control it, meaning they control all the big business in Haiti. Let me tell you something. Well, I'm a whole. Go ahead. Give me some. Keep going, please.
So he was very vocal about that, especially in recent years, last year and also the beginning of this year. And a lot of he made some speeches where he was talking about these people. He didn't name any names, but what he stated is that ever since 1806 is the year where they assassinated Jean-Jacques Dessalines. Jean-Jacques Dessalines was, say he's the father of Haiti, because he was the one that led the war against the French during that time. So
got you.
Haiti independent in 1804, and in 1806 he was assassinated. So what Jovenel Moïse was saying is that ever since 1806, that system, which in his own words he described it as peser sucer, peser, which means squeeze, sucer, which means suck. So this is the system that is there to squeeze and suck the life out of the people. This is what he was saying.
Wow. And okay, to somebody watching from the outside that's interested in all the struggles of the Lord's chosen people, the 12 tribes of Israel, that is what it always seemed like to me.
Yeah.
It seemed like, this country is being sucked dry and being blamed, like they always do, being blamed for all the problems that they have. when there are others who are getting rich off of every single tribe of the children of Israel and sucking their spirit down and making them not serve the Lord, but serve another God. Go ahead, break it down.
Sir. So what he was saying is that this system of sucking and squeezing the people have been in existence ever since 1806. And what he was saying in that speech is that they assassinated Jean-Jacques Dessalines, they incarcerate presidents, they put president in exile, and he was the president, in his own words, I'm paraphrasing, that is a bone that's stuck in their throat. This is his own words. He said, I'm that bone that's stuck in your throat. He definitely stated that you can't kill me, you can't do nothing to me, because he was, I would say, adamant about the fight that, in his mind, that he was fighting for our people, right? Now, there's two specific people from that private sector that everybody knew about. One of them is Dimitri Vorb, and the other one is GEN.YAHANNA. So they were going back and forth on social media, talking about it. And as of recent, what he wanted to do is to have a referendum about a constitutional referendum, because in his own words is that the Constitution allows for the corruption that exists in Haiti.
Damn.
And the people from the private sector were saying that this referendum will not happen. One of them stated that specifically, this referendum will not happen. So there was a lot of back and forth. And if people that are watching in recent years, last year, even this year, there was a lot of manifestation on the ground of Haiti, where you saw a lot of people complaining they want Jovenel out, they want Jovenel out. So what he was saying in his speech is that because he cut out a lot of contract, some people saw the need to put some money in the streets and pay these gangs to create the instability that we saw in the news. With
and I heard about that. I heard how they were saying these gangs were going to different neighborhoods, running people out their houses. They was claiming that they was raping and all that. And once again, this is why I brought out in that tape, and anybody can check it out on the channel, that I put it in that tape, how all of this, when you go down to the root of it, all of this is Edomites battling Edomites, or in this case, heathens battling heathens over who going to eat the people of Haiti. That's all it comes down to. Like, you got to take sides, but you really killing each other over, not over their own benefit, but over the benefit of who's going to be the one to eat the people of Haiti. But go ahead, give me some more.
Sir. So what happened is that because he was nominated in 2016, that's when he was nominated to become the president. Now, what the opposition was saying is that his term in the Haitian Constitution is 5 years, as opposed to America, which is 4 years.
Right.
What the opposition was saying is that based on the Constitution, his term the clock start in 2016.
I got you.
Which the end of his
term,
year, the end of his term will be February 7, 2021. But what he was saying is that he did not become the president until February 2017. So that his term should end in 2022. So around February 2021, earlier this year, there was an attempt to get him arrested
for going over his time.
Sir, which went totally left. So now, fast forward to June of this year, the referendum was supposed to take place, but it got postponed. Right? If you look into it, you will see that it got postponed until September of this year.
So in September, they would have went to the referendum to see if he's supposed to be out.
Not if he's supposed to be out, but the referendum was about the Constitution.
So whether or not he would be, he wanted to change the Constitution, or was it a referendum on whether he was breaking the Constitution?
No, the referendum was not whether he was breaking the Constitution. What he was saying is that the Constitution that we have right now needs to be changed because it allows for corruption. So
and did he say what that corruption was, or how the Constitution, or do you know, is it commonly known how the Constitution, like what is his theory on how the Constitution allows heathens to rob the country?
Okay, I will have to study it further, but basically it is in regard to them using the money of the government. Like they could put their hands and take money how they please. And he was being a stop to it, and also dealing with certain contracts where these heathens were overcharged. Let's say, for example, he mentioned something specific about the 4G, the 4G technology.
Yeah.
But when they first sit down with him, they told him 10 million. The next time they sit down with him, they told him 75 million. And then he went from 75 to 150 million. He went from 150 to, I believe, 350. So this is the point where he said he had to sit down with that 4G, using sarcasm, to be exact. But as far as the Constitution, in his own words, is that the Constitution allows for a lot of corruption, and there was supposed to be a constitutional referendum.
And it was also said that he also said not him, but some of his supporters came out with something that I thought was, if it's true, is an amazing thing that is going on. They said that if you are a Haitian citizen living abroad, you cannot vote in any Haitian election. And they said neither can you own land in Haiti if you live abroad. And they said that's why the pressure is on the Haitians that live in the country. And here's the kicker. They said that 40% of Haiti's GDP, 40% of the gross amount of cash that comes into Haiti comes in from those foreign Haitians. So they living abroad, making money, pouring it into Haiti, but they don't have no rights over the politics of Haiti, which means it's only left to the hood, which is in many cases controlled by gangs that are, loyal to the heathens. From what they're saying. Now, I don't know the whole gist of it, but this much I can see off the surface. I don't need no input to see this, and that is that, when the heathens come in, that's when they turn us against us. And that's when death and destruction comes on us. We got about 7 more minutes here. Give me some more of what you feel need to be brought out.
Sir. But now fast forward to his assassination now. When you're looking at his assassination, so what the people are saying is that the people from the private sector assassinated him. And a lot of people are also saying that his own people assassinated him. Which right, that everybody knows that the U.S. backed him up, right?
Backed up the assassin. So they're trying to say the U.S. is the ones that assassinated him.
Right. It's two sides. Some people are saying that these people from the private sector, specifically the two heathens that he was going back and forth with, and other people are saying it was his own people, because what they are saying is that he brought mercenaries into the country. He brought mercenaries into the country to fight some of his rivals, and his own people are the one who assassinated him.
I got you. Hard to know. But boy, oh boy, we got to turn to the Most High, because once again, if we turn again, a house divided cannot stand, and they keep us divided, we won't stand. Right. In no kind of way. And let me ask you something. Is there any identity of who those heathens are? Like what nationality, what country they're from?
I will have to confirm, but I knew one of them, he made a comment about the president of Dominican Republic, and he stated how the people accepted him with open arms, and he's the first generation Arab. And he stated that he is 5th generation, in the country. You don't see why people have a problem with having.
So he's a 5th generation Haitian, but he's a 1st generation Arab.
No, he was comparing himself with the Dominican president. He stated that the Dominican president is a 1st generation Arab, right? And in the Dominican Republic, accepted him with open arms. Meanwhile, himself, who is a 5th generation, and we have an issue with
a fifth generation. What?
To me, based on that analogy, will be Arab. But a lot of these people.
Oh, so he's a 5th generation Arab. So he's been in Haiti for 5 generations. And now he running some of the biggest companies in the country. Right. Which is, once again, just like the Lord said, the heathen that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. You know what I mean? Like, that's straight up biblical right there.
Right.
Which, once again, is proof that our only way out is these laws, statutes, and commandments. Like, our brothers got to say to our other brothers, we disagree with you, but we're not going to kill you for this heathen, or we're not going to kill you for these politics. If brothers come together like that, some going to take some losses, but all will rise up together to become powerful as hell. What was that picture you just put in there, Mashak? Who was that?
And if I may, I don't want. If I may, sir.
Wait. Let Mashak answer that right quick. Mashak, you there?
Yeah, come on. So this is a foreign investor.
Oh, okay.
He had a award or given him some sort of rights for. And the one before was members from the U.S. Embassy in Haiti.
Gotcha.
Nationalities. The one that was up there before. This is the one where this is a so-called Moabite Chinese national.
Right.
And of course they're doing business all throughout the Caribbean, Chinese sector. And then the first one here, this one here, this is the members of the U.S. Embassy in Haiti. But you know, of course, they in this is a multinational picture when you look at it.
Exactly. Once again, they act like the Caribbean is poor. The Caribbean is rich. It's just that the heathens are eating us alive from every side because we've refused to go back to the law, statutes, and commandments. Right. We got less than 3 minutes. Yatazar, go ahead and tell. You was about to say something.
So if I may, on that last point you made, sir, what's happening right now is that, like you stated, right? You know, they have used the gangs in Haiti to destabilize the country. Now, what I see happening based on one of the people that they trying to make to be the problem of Haiti, they had something about him. I forgot what news station, but his name is Jimmy Cherizier, nicknamed Barbecue. They try.
Yeah, I heard him. He used to be a cop. And his mother used to have a barbecue shop, and they had to distinguish him from the other Jimmys, so they called him Jimmy Barbecue.
But out of what, sir? So now, what he was saying recently, I heard he was actually live earlier. What he was saying is that they have to get together, put their differences to aside. So now these brothers, of course, a lot of these people in the gangs, they are being used. They are being used to fight like the oppressors always do to us. They get us to fight against each other for their benefits. So based on what he's saying is they are realizing how much of a pawn that they are really they are in this system.
Well, listen, that's heavy if they do, because once again, they'll never fighting each other will never solve the problem.
Right.
Because if you go to war with each other, the heathens on both sides, is one heathen on the side of the president and another heathen on the side of the ones that's against the president. And both of those heathens will just support you until you fight forever. And you'll just fight and fight and fight and fight till you got no more strength left. And then when the two of you had enough, then you'll choose one or whoever's more powerful, and they'll take over. And then it'll be right back where it started. And of course, whichever side win, that either the president or whoever's the opposition to the president, they're gonna owe them heathens a whole lot of money, loyalty, power. Like them heathens gonna require that because they finance the war against your own brothers. So now they back in power. You back in power, but you back in power based on what they set up. So you have to now placate to their power. Meanwhile, the people in Haiti starving. Go home, living in shanty town. You know what I mean? Living in houses built with the top of the house is the same as a chicken coop. You understand? A cement block with a chicken coop top on it. And that's the way our brothers been living since like he said, from the 1800s. which is why the return of Christ is going to be so vicious, man.
That's right.
It's going to be so vicious. It's going to be like he said, it'll be like nothing they never saw. I'm basically paraphrasing, because there you go. Like the fact in 2021, brothers and sisters like this, when 40% of the GDP going into the country is coming from outside the country, says that with the right brotherhood in Yahawashi, that those that's pushing that 40% GDP would probably take it up to 60-65% if they saw actual change coming for every brother and sister in that country, man. Like, once again, every situation and problem in this kingdom could be solved by Christ in those scriptures.
Right.
The problem is we just been singing with the damn book and never solving the problem.
That's right.
It could be solved.
Right.
But they take a change in heart, man. They take a man becoming brand new, giving up that old man and becoming brand new. That don't mean you become a Christian sucker. You understand? You got to defend yourself in any situation that you in. But you can be wise in that situation and find a way to bridge between you and your brother, so that you and your brother don't become pawns in the hands of the heathens, man. Like Haiti got free in 1804. 1804, Haiti got free, and they've been fighting for the last 200 and some odd years, man. 200 years trying to survive, telling the heathen, you no longer gonna rule over us. And you gotta remember now, Haiti is strategically close to the United States in the Caribbean. And every heathen around the world, look at that there. Look at that. That right there is shameful. Standing water brings disease. And then look at the house. Look at that house. You understand? If it had not been for it being in the Caribbean, it would be death and hell. And I heard that Haiti got some of the most beautiful beaches in the entire Caribbean. I heard they got some of the beautiful beaches in the most beautiful beaches in the entire Caribbean that can't be probably. The key for us getting out of here is understanding what that scripture says in Deuteronomy, man. You understand? And the Lord said that he shall put a yoke of iron around thy neck until you be utterly destroyed, paraphrase. And that's exactly what happened to us. Yatazar, anything you want to drop in, you Mashak, man? We out of time on this interview. But it was a pleasure, man, hearing you break it down. How the brothers doing that under you in Haiti? How they holding up?
Most High in Christ out of one. To all of the youth, it was a pleasure as well. The brothers are holding up strong out of one. Recently, due to an attack by one of the gangs, one of the brothers, he had to leave his town and go to another town because the gangs were going inside people's houses.
Right, fighting.
He went to another sister who is right now a student who should be getting her name soon. He had to find refuge at her house.
But that's beautiful. That's beautiful that he had a sister to find refuge. Like, that's what the whole brotherhood down there needs. The whole brotherhood needs that. Needs just brothers and sisters to come together only. I didn't mean to cut you off, Yatazar. I'm just conscious of the time.
No, it's still what I'm saying. You said exactly what I was gonna say. So they are exhibiting the perfect brotherhood that you show us here in the ISUPK.
Most time, correct.
What the brothers are exercising down there in Haiti, sir. Now all I got to say is to you.
Most time, Christ, to our King Yahawashi. Go ahead, Mashak Salakia.
That was it, sir. That was it, sir. I was just looking to pull up a picture of the brother he was referring to. You know, down there.
No, that's okay. I don't even sweat it, man. You know what I mean? He doing his thing. He all right. Let him build and grow. He gonna be the one to show the gangs how not to kill him.
Yeah,
that's right, sir.
Them how not to be so foolish. You know what I'm saying? Show them how to build from every quarter and eventually come together in strong brotherhood. You understand? Because they could be cultivating land in Haiti. Right. You know how many black people around the world, the 12 tribes, the Latino brothers, would support to see Haiti come up out of the dirt and be something amazing, man. Get agriculture, livestock, food, all of that, man. You know how much food you can feed a person on 1 or 2 or 3 acres of land? Tons, man. Hey, Yatazab, man, for water, you know what I'm saying? We're going to clip this recording. We play it in the zone. You had to chop off a little bit on the edges if you have to. But for water again, Warrior, y'all keep doing that amazing job. Yatazab, Button Lawyer, Officer of the ISUPK. Keep hitting that joint hardcore, brother, like you doing. All right. Damn right. All right, shalom.
Shalom, Warrior. It's my thug.
Yeah, that was recorded earlier. For those that may not know, that was recorded earlier. Officer Yatazab, Button Lawyer, man, and his team holding it down in Haiti. They're a small but strong team coming up, man. They're going to get it right and get on top like they supposed to.
You know what I'm saying? Real fast, sir?
Jump in, y'all. Jump in.
You know, it's a shame, once again, that scripture, Ezekiel 34:8, comes out. Because Yatazar said the opponents against that president were the heathens from other nations. And the reason why they opposed is because he wanted to change so the people can now start to come up now and live somewhat of a good, normal life. They wanted to continue to keep them down so they can fill their pockets up, so they can get the money. Now, he brought out something else that was very interesting, that over in the Dominican Republic, they got an Ishmaelite president that the people supposedly accepted.
On both sides, Haas, like you got it right, Haas. On the Dominican Republic and Haiti, both of them, you got the president over there, and then you got one over here trying to work his way up to be president over Haiti.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Like it's crazy how the Lord said that this is what's going on with us, man. And the leaders are not helping us, man. Mm-hmm. Like they could have only got to him, right? They could only got to him because somebody let him get to them. You understand me? That's how it happened. That's a shame, man. It's a shame how that had to happen. But once again, the Lord said, man, we got to come together as a people, man. You know what I mean? We got to come together. That's why it's so heavy that we now are living and fighting to wake up all our 12 tribes parts of this earth, man. You know what I mean? Not forget the other nations, but us is what matters, man. You know what I mean? Us is what matters. You know what I mean? About what's going on with us. We need more of that what matters, man. And it's a heavy thing of young brothers they coming up in Haiti, man. And I pray the Lord be with them some more and raise up more.
We lost Haas.
Yeah, come on.
Let me tell you something. We're going to get barrels and everything that them brothers and sisters need out there in Haiti, man. They're going to be empowered and strengthened, man. And they're going to have worldwide help from the Israelite School of UPK.
That's right.
And we're going to get some things done, man, because obviously the heathens have drowned our brothers and sisters all over this world. Go ahead, Haas. Haas, we got, oh, there you go. Damn, we lost you again, Haas. The sound.
Yeah.
The sound is a jam up. Something. Y'all working on it? But let me get something. Just jump in as soon as you get it back. Right now, we ain't hearing you. Right now, we're not hearing you. So yeah, we're gonna get
right now.
There you go.
Christ, the water, sir.
Yep,
you know what I mean? Yeah, that's all. It was just heavy how, on both sides. You know what I mean? What the Lord said in Ezekiel 34:8. That's why it's so heavy, this truth that you held on so tightly and so dearly what you learned, sir. And now I'm really going across the whole earth. You know what I mean? To wake up our people, man, and the hellish conditions we in, man. And this is what they don't realize. These heathens, these other nations, they see us being destroyed right now. But they don't really realize the gravity of what they done did.
Right.
That these heathens, y'all got the Lord show the people in captivity. And you act like it's no punishment that happened because of it. There is a punishment coming. And that punishment gonna come from our King, our big brother, Christ, Yahweh Shah Mashiach. And y'all gonna pay for what you did to us.
Right.
You understand me? Y'all push all over the earth about justice. Somebody do this, they gotta get paid back. They gotta go to jail. Boy, your turn coming because of what you're doing to us, man. And you're doing it for filthy lucre.
You know what I mean? It's enough resources to where it's enough, like that president said, them brothers can come up and live better. What kind of animal and monster and beast must you be to have them people over there making mud pies to eat because there was no food over there? And you wanted to kill a man because he wanted them to eat right and live right? Lord gonna bring hellfire down on you for what you did to his chosen people.
Right.
He gonna bring hellfire down on you. And that's you ain't gonna be able to run from it. The Bible says you will try to hide in the mountains and in the caves, and them angels gonna kick them doors in and snatch you right out of there to give you your just due for what you have done to us, man.
Right.
It's ridiculous that even in 2021 that we gotta suffer such hell in these lands out here. But guess what? There is a greater power in the earth. His name ain't Caesar Borgia. His name is not Allah or Elohim or none of that garbage I'm saying.
Right.
His name is Yahweh. Right. And he got a son, Yahweh Shah Mashiach, and he is sending him back to this earth to put us back in power. It's coming.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Damn right. I want to tell everybody that's listening too, if you're listening live, especially on YouTube, hit that subscribe button because you know we shutting down Commanding General Yahanna channel, going to blackwatch.news. That's the next level. So y'all hit the subscribe button, man. We're going to also set up the independent website. Big shout out to General Shalmar setting us up with the blackwatch.news. You can just go there right quick and hit the subscribe button. We won't be live on that channel for a couple of more weeks, but blackwatch.news, or www.blackwatch.news. But you can just put in blackwatch.news and Google will pick it up and send you right to the site, and you can subscribe to that site as well, so you can stay in touch with us. Because we're going to let this news explode. There ain't no more hiding this truth no more. There's so much going on all over the planet.
That's right.
And specifically, these are crimes against the 12 tribes that the 12 tribes, being in this truth, our people don't have a clue at what is happening. There it is. There it is. Oh, man, that's the new site, fam. Okay, go over there, blackwatch.news, subscribe to that site. See that orange button up there? Hit that button, throw your email in there, and get on the list, man. And we're going to be sending you, an invite every time we go live on the show. Every time something new jumps off, hit it, put your info in. We're going to get you on the list. Our people have been under oppression so long that we really don't realize how we are oppressed in so many ways that are not hidden. You know what I mean? It blew me away the first time I read that scripture where it said that the Egyptians said, "Let us deal wisely with the children of Israel." Right. And when I read it, man, it blew my mind because then it was like something clicked in me that said, you don't understand. There are things being done to the Lord's chosen people that you can't see it in the open. You have no idea what's going on until you look deeper in it and match it according to the scriptures. Like the Olympics, like we just brought out with the Olympics, like what we just brought out with the president of Haiti. All these are things that's done in the dark. You don't know that these athletes is being pushed and pushed and pushed by Nike to make money. Right. And then Nike is trying to control their lives and stop them from having children and creating an image of them, all while worshiping a Greek god. You don't know that unless you examine these scriptures. And that's why the preachers, like you said, have done such a horrible job in showing us what we suppose. That's why we like lost sheep. Like the Lord said, the lost go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's why we created blackwatch.news. So that you can realize that the black sheep of the house of Israel, so that the black sheep of the house of Israel could see what the hell is going on. Like if not for the murder, not that I think is a good thing, but if not for the murder of the president of Haiti, you would not even know or understand what the hell is going on. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like if he had not been murdered, you would not, and let's say that never happened, you would not realize or be able to examine the fact that heathens are making tons and tons of money or for the Lord's chosen people, and they are in utter poverty and hell, the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, in utter poverty. And meanwhile, if they were so worthless and worth nothing and so poor, why are the heathen fighting and willing to assassinate presidents?
Right.
Because they obviously is a ton of wealth and power that they can get, that they taken away from these people. And once again, it's so horrific around the world that it takes a return of Christ with flying saucers to straighten out this thing that's been made crooked. Like people open up the Bible and say, "Oh, that's fantasy that flying saucers is gonna come back with Christ and change this." It can't be fantasy, because what is being done to us, if you had read that in a book and didn't live on this planet, and you read that in a book, you would be shocked. You'd be like, I can't believe this is going on the planet. And they so good at it, like I mentioned earlier, they so good at it, you don't even know what's going on.
Exactly.
You don't even know what's going on. Some stuff we find out. I didn't mean to cut you off. Was you about to jump in, Cat?
No, I was just saying exactly. You're right, Sid.
John, like some stuff we find out, we damn near find it out on the fly, or damn near find it out because a scandal came out. Like because that scandal came out about the Iran-Contra affair, we come to find that was the first time we ever found out that the United States government was involved in drug dealing all the way up to the president.
Right.
That's the first time we really found, like, we had suspicions of it during the 60s, but we did not know until the scandal came out. And then it was like, holy crap, look what the hell is going on. And there's 1,000 of those. Well, that's what blackwatch.news is going to be about.
That's right.
You understand? And we're going to make sure that these things come out and that we can match them according to the scriptures to do what we got to do. I don't want to eat up the time, man. Once again, everybody, subscribe on this channel. This is the YouTube channel for blackwatch.news. But then when you get a chance, go over to blackwatch.news and hit the subscribe button. Put your email in so you can be notified. I'm done. Salaki, let's ride. Where we going next, y'all?
Come on. We have a good story here with this ESPN analyst who she think because she in black men's face all day and all night that she privy to everything black. Black money, black ratings, black support, black everything. And now she gets to wear the discrimination jacket. Dang. She gets to wear the whole, they're racist against me jacket. And it's absolutely is ridiculous. Rachel Nichols. She had a good name too. Rachel. Rachel Nichols. Good.
Couple cards, sir. Top ESPN analysts considered boycott over leaked Rachel Nichols video about black host. Leaked comments made last year by ESPN host Rachel Nichols about the network's decision to have black colleague Maria Taylor host the NBA Finals are still making waves, as the New York Times reports that several of the company's top NBA analysts had considered boycotting this year's playoffs over how ESPN handled the situation.
And then can I just say something real quick on that? And once, boy, oh boy, I'm so glad you bringing this out. And these are the kind of things that should always be looked at. Like, if you notice, there is a lot of stories in sports where they firing sports announcers. Yeah. I mean, sports announcers getting fired every time they get caught saying something racial. Right. And now we know why. We know why. The reason is some poor brother will spend $300 in the hood for a pair of their sneakers.
Yeah.
So they can't have no Edomites around that's saying stuff. Remember, they fired Jimmy the Greek. Jimmy the Greek said we were good at sports because we were bred during slavery. They fired his ass the next day.
Right.
Like, and it give us the illusion that we getting justice, when really they got to get rid of them because they don't want black people to boycott the tons of cash they making off of them.
That's right.
So that's why. So it give you the illusion. It give you the illusion that there's some justice in the world when they all think like Rachel. They all thinking like her ass. They just ain't saying it, and she just got caught saying it.
Right.
And caught saying it because she probably knows something that we don't. She probably knows that this black girl might be chosen to take her job. Why? Because they want to sell sneakers and t-shirts and sweat hoods. So if it means getting rid of a white girl and putting a black girl in there to get more black people to spend money, then they don't care. They'll do it.
Yeah,
they'll do it. Go ahead, Oxalakia. Y'all jump in.
If I could too, so they call her a diversity hire. That's
you
what
kidding me?
They call Maria Taylor, which is the sister. They call her a diversity hire because this oppressor here, Rachel Nichols, she's a long-standing ESPN contributor / analyst / sports. I don't know what's the politically correct term for a sports paramour. Damn near. She been in every locker room. And smile and up in their faces like a paramour, to the best I could see. And she was mad because she is like, now all down there, like it's like she have tenure with ESPN. Like she goes so far back, and she established. She down there like, you know, as recognizable as Stephen A. Smith.
Okay.
She is on that level of being permanently there, and now they're chopping back her time to bring the sister on, as you rightfully said, to placate to black people.
Right.
You know what I mean, so she's mad. They're calling her a diversity hire, saying how it's this is overreaching affirmative action to bring this sister in, and she's saying all kind of things, and the tape her saying some foul shit off the air.
Can we get the tape?
So I'm gonna look for it. So like,
God, they probably sanitized the whole internet.
That whole thing.
They probably sanitized the entire internet from it. Go ahead.
So now she mad about the situation because, of course, her money getting short. But meanwhile, you know, they could say everything bad about black people, as you said. But the minute some sports players say something about, you know, being the real Jew or being oppressed by the so-called Jewish man, it's a huge, big deal.
Right.
But this oppressor here gets so much protection. I mean, she getting protected now, sir. I can play a tape for you right now where a former basketball player, he's cheerleading. I'm talking about give me a R, give me an A. What does it spell? Rachel. I mean, he cheerleading for this girl.
Right. For her to stay in the job.
For her to stay and to give her a pass on what she said, more so. He's saying, you know, all of us was angry. He said we as black people, we know what it's like to work hard and a white person come take our job because Trump in office. So now somebody else in office, a black person take her job and she's angry and you can't understand that?
Wait a minute. This a black man said this?
Yeah, if I show you who it is, I mean.
Please. Show me no. Need for see it, man. Oh my God.
This brother here, sir. I mean, he knows Steven Jackson. He's a former NBA player. I mean, he was part of that Warriors team that fought the whole damn Coliseum.
Oh yeah,
that beat people. Yeah, he was. You know, he's big in the NBA. He has a voice now as a sports analyst. He was one of them who was talking about the other brother who we talked about the other weeks ago. The young boy who was with Kobe and Jordan didn't make it. I forgot his name.
Yeah,
but he was one of them talking about him. He was also very vocal about George Floyd. George Floyd was his personal friend.
I remember him now. Yes.
Very vocal. General, if you hear this, and we got to get a new name for this level of coonery, sir. This is the COVID coon. This is the
COVID coon.
The Corona coon.
Corona coon. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Things when we frustrated and you know, Rachel did deserve that job. It's just plain and simple. I talked to Rachel, and I know a lot of things she was doing out of frustration because ESPN put her in a bad position, and they even put Maria in a position trying to give Maria a sympathy job. They was trying to make themselves look
Jenna, he says he blaming the network. This is ESPN fault because ESPN put her in a bad position and they gave the sister a sympathy job.
Dang.
I mean, the disrespect. So this girl, she ain't go to journalist school. She ain't go to, and get her degree. She ain't do the voice training, hours and hours of voice training, and you call it a sympathy job.
And he's got to be the stupidest Negro in the NBA for this reason. he can't see that it ain't got nothing to do with sympathy, that it got to do with ESPN making money.
Yep.
Like ESPN is not stupid. They don't give sympathy jobs out. The Edomites don't have no sympathy. Like, this ain't no sympathy job. This is a we need to make money job.
Right.
We need to look like we're fair job. We need some diversity to make sure that nobody stop watching these sports and paying for these shoes and stuff. And this brother right here looks like he smoked all the weed in the state he lives in.
Yep.
He looks like they brought all the weed to him and he smoked it in one night.
Come on.
Like, he looked like a horrible. I don't know the story of him. I could be wrong, but he looks like a horrible drug addict.
Yeah.
And his intelligence is I can't believe a sports athlete that played in the NBA, right?
Yes, sir.
That I can't believe a sports athlete that played in the NBA can't see how money grubbing, financially prowess the whole sports and athlete world is. Why would you be so ignorant to think that this is sympathy when they always been all about the money?
Yeah.
You understand? You blow your legs out, they throw you away just like somebody do on a farm when you get an animal who break his leg or an animal that could no longer perform. They get rid of the animal. They doing black men the exact same way, and you can't see it. He need to go work on a farm. Like, working on a farm will wake him the hell up to realize you the farm animal. They even call it the farms. Don't they got somewhere in them sports they call something the farm?
Yeah, the farming leagues or farming teams.
Right. Exactly.
That they bring them up from.
Exactly. Like you a racehorse. Go ahead, Salah.
Yeah, like you being groomed for it. And if I could, so he what he's saying here is not what he believes in. He's placating to them so he could be recognized as somebody who came out on behalf of Rachel. So because they're gonna find a place for her. They're gonna find a place for her. So when they do put her back in, he's hoping he gets rewarded for standing on Massa house, chastising the slave. Right. You know what I mean? He's hoping for that type of reward. If you listen to the language he using and what he's saying, it's like he's pleading a case like a lawyer. He's pleading a case.
Because all the Black Lives Matter and the George Floyd stuff was going on, so ESPN tried to make themselves look good by taking the job from Rachel that she had already had, that they'd already told her she had, that she deserved, and give it to Maria just to make themselves look good. It wasn't a genuine job they wanted to give Maria. It's ESPN is behind all this, bro. It's all their fault. You know what I'm saying? I can't blame Rachel. I love Rachel, and I'm going to stand behind her. I spoke to her. And I'm going to stand behind Maria, too. But ESPN, y'all...
Notice he said he loved Rachel and he spoke to her, but he didn't speak to the sister.
Exactly.
Because this Rachel girl, she's been in these men's locker rooms after games. Like, you remember them times where they would follow them into the room.
Yeah.
Coming out the showers naked.
Yeah.
That's her. And she said, I spoke to Rachel, I love her. I wonder why you love her, Stephen.
Exactly.
I wonder why. But the sister now, she's saying she don't deserve the job. As if in this kingdom, anybody deserves a slave from our oppressor.
Exactly.
If I tell you, because the benefit offer you is not because of your hard work.
Exactly.
It's not because of your hard work. He give it just like Alison Felix. He didn't give her that contract because of her hard work. He could benefit off of her. Right. And the minute his investment wasn't benefiting, he cut her salary by 70%.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, people in China buying her sneakers, buying their sneakers because of her, but he cut her salary by 70%. And when she was working hard, she worked so hard back onto the Olympic team and make the baby. Right. So what he talking about, who deserves what? The oppressor gives out all the opportunity to who he wants. And he right here, he's placating to get a reward, to get the same handout that he's saying the girl got. Right. He's doing the bait and switch. He's saying, well, she don't deserve it. She ain't work hard. When he working overtime to be a coon so he could get a reward that he don't deserve.
Damn, heavy. And he said he talked to Rachel. I wonder if Rachel called him and told him, man, can you please say something about what's happening to me? I wonder if she didn't call up everybody she knew and ask them to speak up for her and promise them something and promise them some job or promise them good words or some support. And then they got together and did that. And now he's out here talking this like it's sincere and important. And damn that heathen if she had that job so long.
Right.
A job announcing sports that's filled with us.
Right.
You understand? That's filled with us. And he mentioned the Black Lives Matter and all the protesting. That's the only way that black people would even get a job.
Right.
Is if they didn't fight and scrap for it. The nerve of this cat. Let's play a little more. I don't want to hog it all. We lost House for a second.
Y'all some suckers because y'all did this. Y'all tried to give him a real job and it wasn't genuine. And look what happened. Come on, man. It's all ESPN fault. We love both of them. Think about this though, bro. How many times we as black people have said that we was qualified? We know we qualified. We know we qualified for the job, but we didn't get it because they gave it to the white person just because he was white. How mad were we? Because they looking out for their own. How mad were we? When you know you deserve the job and they give it to a white person just because he's white. We've been dealing with that our whole life. And that pisses us off. We ain't getting recorded.
Please pause this cat out. Please pause this disgusting ass person, man.
Right.
Because first of all, we have been dealing with that our whole life.
Right.
And now we on the other foot and we can't do what they do.
Right.
Like they don't turn around and say, yeah, I'm a white person, but I didn't really deserve this job. The black person deserved. They don't go do that.
Exactly.
And meanwhile, so now that it's switched, he want us to now be sympathetic to the fact that they've been doing this to us.
Right.
That's
like this nigga then went to another level of coonery, man.
Yes,
He went to a next level of damn coonery, man. You understand?
Yeah.
They've been doing it to he know they've been doing it to us, and he know we've been feeling bad about it. So now, because it's done to one of them, now we supposed to feel bad when it been being done to us?
Right.
I don't understand it.
Right.
Why can't we enjoy it like they enjoyed it?
Exactly.
You understand?
Come.
Like what a next level of coonery, man.
Yeah.
How did we feel? So in other words, now that we saw how much it was done to us, and now we had the right to do it to them, we supposed to be compassionate and think about what we gonna do. Like that is the mark of a true slave.
Yeah.
Like you get beat by master. All of a sudden, the powers come and give you the whip. And all you could think about is when master had the whip, we suffered. Mm-hmm. Now I got the whip. I ain't gonna beat master because I've suffered so much under master. You dumb, stupid fool. They gonna give the whip back to master to beat you. You idiot.
You know what to do with it.
Like the whip got in your hand because of the injustice of massa. Right. So you gonna give the whip back to massa instead of using the whip to even the thing out. Like what a coon. Think about, and he thought he was saying something heavy too.
Yeah. Right.
He said, you saw that, right? He was like, think about how we felt. Think about how we felt. Why don't we think about how they felt getting the job when they didn't deserve it and said nothing about it?
That's
right. Why don't you shut your mouth and say nothing like we did, like they did, rather? Now he's disgusting. I had to tell you turn that part off because he went there to the next level of coonery.
General, right now he halfway there.
Yeah. If there's more.
General, he went into, you ever see with the Star Wars when he say warp speed?
Yes.
That nigga went into warp coon, General. He went he skipped.
We got 20 minutes. I don't know if you got another story you want to deal with.
I'm gonna just skip to the other part where he went, sir, and down. And so just to even piggyback off of what you're saying, the same argument he making, how we all felt like what it was like to be passed up for a job. This Rachel Nichols, she came into the job in the height of black excellence in sports. With Jordan and Pippen and all of them. So who did get passed up for her to get the job?
Right.
Exactly.
Somebody get passed up for her, and now it's time for her to, give it up. Now he have a problem, but once again, he knows Rachel and he loves Rachel, and we'll find out all about this Rachel love.
Yep. Right.
Since 2004, she's been on ESPN.
2004.
Yep.
She been keeping a job from black people, and this coon upset that they done decided we're gonna now bring somebody else in.
Yep. And I think the girl who they bring in was either like a former player, like she have some kind of athletic background.
I'm sure she do before they brought her in. But what's so more amazing is the fact that this Edomite had this job for so long, and now they upset that she can no longer have the job. Right. And you blaming black protests for it. It's damn near like black people can protest, but if you give them what they want, they supposed to feel bad that they got it.
Yep.
Like you supposed to feel bad now because all the Black Lives, didn't he say that? All the Black Lives Matter protests is the reason that ESPN is doing it. It's their fault. So what the hell did you protest for then?
Right.
If you protest and they give you the job, you got to feel bad for getting the job because you protested. Because you protested because of the injustice happening to you. Like this fool right here should never be in charge of black people. Like nobody's opinion should be listened to by this idiot. Yeah. Because what he's saying is such. I mean, he's a slave on another level.
Yeah.
You might as well just give him a bowl of gruel every day. And let Master pat him on his forehead. He gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand. Like you protest for injustice. They go to give you the justice, and now he mad. See, they ain't right. You know what I mean? They put her in because of all this protest. Well, why the hell was you protesting?
Right.
Because of the goddamn injustice, you dumb, stupid, coon Negro.
Right. Yep. Right.
Go on, give me the rest if I could. I'm killing the time. We got 15 minutes before we out of here.
So I'm gonna skip.
I get it why Rachel, like I'm speaking the truth, you don't get it. A lot of y'all won't understand that because y'all home still living off your mama. Still living. So why them and not me? But when you deserve something, when you put in the work for it, you should be mad when you don't get it. A lot of y'all won't understand that because y'all home still living off your mama.
Hold it. So wait a minute. So let me get this right. Rachel deserved it because she worked so hard for it. And meanwhile, they've been robbing black people in sports for 100 years.
Yes.
And he said, because a lot of y'all still living off your mama. You living off of your master, you dumb coon.
Yep. That's right.
You in opposition to the brothers coming up because your master is who's feeding you. Them brothers is better off than you. At least they mama feeding them. You being fed by the master and think you more independent because the master is feeding you.
Right.
You think, you living off your mama. Like them brothers is on a lower level and ain't came up like you to be so-called independent when you eat, not only you eating off your master, you turning on your own because of your master. You turning your back on your own because of your master. Like this Negro right here, this is the problem in the black community right here. This brother right here is the pro-blah-mun. This cat right here, because he is so dumb and so backwards and so ignorant, he has no clue how destructive his words are. He mad that a black woman took over this Edomite's job that this Edomite had since 2004. And they didn't take now get me right on this. They hadn't taken the job until she opened her mouth, correct?
Right. I don't even think they fully took it.
So they just cut her back some.
They just cut her back some.
Imagine that. This coon. She opened her mouth. They cut her back a little bit after being on the air since 2004.
Yep.
They cut her back a little bit, and this coon jumps up and says, foul, foul. So now she opened up and say something to get her own self cut. And now he's still acting like it was right for her to be mad about that. It was right for her to be upset about that. Like this Negro right here, he's a slave.
Yeah.
You see that green shirt he got on? That's the result of being a slave to your slave master. You think you living in, like the scripture, Christ said this. Christ said, how he put it? Those that have silk clothing, what he said, kings or the wealthy.
Yeah, you don't live in rich man's house with the
He said they that wear silk. Oh man,
the smooth garment you're talking about.
Right. He said those with this, that they live in king's houses. What part this fool is missing is they live in the king's house as a slave.
Yeah.
Like he think because he got a few dollars from master that he's above the brother who lives with his mother. Right. You more dumb and ignorant than the brother that lives with his mother, man.
That's right. Yeah.
That brother's smarter than you because you will sell all of the brothers out so that your master will give you a silk shirt. That's what you're disgusting behind will do.
Right.
And General, if I could, sir, that's why he said what he said. Like he made that comment because when he said about living at home and not being a man, he run about his money. He is every politician. He is every preacher USA. That's all wrapped up in one in him.
Yeah.
What they doing, they'll trickle down to them so-called stars or athletes because that's where they get their money from.
Yeah.
They're more worried about what's going on in their pocket than what's going on with everybody else. Why can't that sister get a piece of the pie?
Exactly.
Why can't she get some recognition? Why did it always have to be everybody? And listen, people change.
Wait, Salaki, can I please cut in for a second, Ha?
Yes, sir.
And why does everything we get have to be hard worked and earned for when they ain't never did that? Yep. Like Rachel ain't worked hard to get that job. She slept away or knew somebody or just her white skin in ESPN got her that job. Right. And why? So why we got you? One last other one. Paul Green said this, which was so right. He said, why is he attacking black people when it was white people at Disney who hired Maria? Disney owned ESPN. Disney hired her. You mad at black people because they don't see it in the way Rachel saw it.
Right.
They don't see it how Rachel saw it. So you mad now. You mad that Rachel is getting a sense of injustice after you just finished saying we know what it's like because we've been getting that injustice.
Exactly.
I mean, I just, some of you Negroes just, you know what I mean? Like, we gonna have to go get the brothers that's living with their mama because some of you niggas you're a problem in the black community. So lock your heart, please.
And General, if I could, he not balling no more. Like, he ain't playing ball no more. So
I ain't surprised.
All that fat money he was getting, he ain't getting no more. I'm not sure what kind of stipend anything he getting, but it's a far cry from what he used to get.
And weed costs money.
Sorry, sir?
And weed costs money. Salaki.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I agree, General.
That monthly weed bill is strong.
Damn right, General. Damn right.
Yep. And General, that sexual deviancy, like I ain't coming off of it. If you could, so go whenever you get a chance, go back and watch videos of her interviewing these ballers. She is a corporate paramour. Just so we don't get blocked. I have the story right here because I read it, please.
Kawakan, sir.
Greg Neal says she's from Potomac, Maryland, and always had money.
Yeah.
Always had cash.
Yeah. Potomac is where them rich. Yep. Up there is a different whole thing.
Like this brother right here, man, he make you want to vomit. You know what I mean? Like this Negro right here, you will never ever be free with this fool right here.
Nope.
No.
You won't smell freedom with this fool right here. Nope. He'll be the one saying we should go back to Egypt, man. It wasn't right how we left the Egyptians by themselves. We know how it was to be down on the bottom. So how we gonna leave the Egyptians, man, and leave them down and on the bottom? We should go back and fix up Egypt before we leave, Moses. It was Negroes like this that the ground opened up on. So and
another thing too, if I could, when I was hearing what he was saying, you know what's going through my mind? It's a scripture in the Bible where that cat took that heathen woman and paraded her in front of everybody after they said, "Don't touch these heathen women."
Right.
Yep.
And he took her back to the tent and was dealing with her sexually, and they end up both getting killed because of it. But he remind me of that type of brother that would do that. Like to be able to come on national TV and make that comment. Why can't a sister get a shot? Of all that, why can't she get her shot? Listen, they change sportcasters all the time.
Exactly.
Yep.
All the time they change now. They change her. It's a problem. It's a problem.
General,
I guarantee, like how Bashak said, it's Southerners underneath that, General.
General, that's what you said. That's how the
He was a cat that played ball for a while, and she was around when he was playing ball.
Yes, that's what
what's
it is.
going on with that. He might have been having some sort of relations and problems.
Bashak, your case has come to court.
The way he stepped into bat for this girl is like, that's his woman. Yeah. Like he stepped into bat for her, like how y'all doing her's wrong, man. So and so. So if I could just read the story here, so like
Kawakan, did Jimmy Butler hook up with Rachel Nichols? Rumor resurfaces as internet says she think we forgot. On Monday, July 5th, Rachel Nichols apologized to ESPN colleague Maria Taylor on air after a leaked clip revealed Nichols complaining about Taylor, who was black, getting 2020 NBA Finals hosting gig because of her diversity. Now, after this controversy sparked, the internet is once again talking about an old rumor, which was about Nichols and NBA star Jimmy Butler, suggesting that an alleged sex tape of the duo was leaked from the NBA bubble hotel room.
Now the bubble is when they had the COVID. Mm-hmm. Now I didn't even say there's a rumor. If it is these NBA players are having sex with her, they're giving her money. Right. Now the Maria girl, they just put her on to host the finals.
That's it.
Not even a permanent thing. Right. But she knows she gets money in the finals. And she mad. Right. And Steven Jackson knows what she does for finals. Right. So he in there like, how y'all could do her that, man? Right. Y'all know so and so and so and so and so, and then go on. I mean, General, if I play a little more, he goes on to blast back people and say how we lazy and need to work hard for what we want.
Please give it to us. We ain't got but 5 minutes anyway. You might as well play it out with this cat anyway.
I wonder why you ain't winning or I ain't got nothing going on. I'm gonna hit y'all with harsh truth. I am the face for equality, but I also am the face of being black and proud and being strong and going get what's mine. Not asking no white person or nobody to give me nothing. I'm going to take what's mine, like I've been doing. But y'all quick to forget when the jump first started, Rachel hired all black people.
Mm. Yeah, nigga, she had the whole NBA. That's what she
and she was, and he's so stupid. And she hired black people because she was in power, you dumb, stupid idiot. Right. That's why she was able to hire black people. Mm-hmm. If a black person was in charge, they would have been able to hire black people. Right. And let me tell you something else too. Black people that's caught up into America are dumb as hell in this respect. God gave us an inheritance. He didn't tell us, like, you got that white man's mentality in your mind that you got to go out and work hard to get yours. That's what they tell you. Right. But I guarantee you, tell me them same Arabs we talking about in Dominican Republic and Haiti, show me where they was out working hard. Was they eating poor like the other Haitians?
No.
Show me that. Show me where Rachel was poor and struggling and helped herself. Right. Okay. Right. Greg Neal just came out and said she lived over there in Potomac. She always had money. Like like a slave always thinks you need to go out and grind. When Moses came to get us, he said the Lord have given you an inheritance onto the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. Like there is a certain amount of wealth and power and land and authority and our belief system that's inherently ours, and we don't have to work for it. It was given to us by the Most High. You understand? So he's the fool thinking if you go slave, that's a Martin Luther King mentality. Right. If you go slave for the white man hard enough and long enough, then you'll get yours too. You go out and get it yourself.
every black person in the ghetto is working as hard as they can to survive. You dumb, stupid, ignorant Negro.
Right.
Like the brainwashing is that black people in the hood that's poor, they just ain't working hard enough. They ain't going out and getting theirs. And let me tell you something else. That mentality this dumb, stupid coon is saying is what leads young brothers, young teenage brothers, to go get a gun and go rob and kill people. Because in their mind, listening to an asshole like this, in their mind, they got to go out and get it. So what's the best way to do it? Go get a gun. Because they ain't going to work and flip burgers to get it like you got it. They're going to have to get a gun to get it. And that's what lead a lot of brothers into the penitentiary and into death. Listening to an idiot like this, they'll tell black people that way. You are owed this. The white man don't go out and work hard. He goes and bombs your country into the Stone Age. That's how he does it. You understand? He didn't go over there and ask the Vietnamese and Koreans and the Japanese, to come over to America and work hard. He dropped a bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That's what he did. He went in there and bombed the hell out of the Koreans and the Vietnamese and the others that was over there. And now they over here working hard in them kitchens, making money off of his slaves. Not because they worked hard in the beginning, because he bombed them and took what he wanted first and gave them the niggas as their reward for allowing him to take over their whole goddamn country. Okay? He didn't do that. He didn't go work hard. He sold heroin out of Laos and different countries in Vietnam and made billions. He sold guns to Iranians and sold dope to your people and made billions. He didn't go work hard. He didn't go get it himself. He didn't go do that. He went and slaughtered the North American Indians and the Southern Indians, the tribe of Gad and the tribe of Reuben, and raped their women and stole their diamonds and gold. They call the island of Puerto Rico because it means rich port. Rich port that he raped into poverty. You dumb, stupid, ignorant Negro. You understand? You only got a few coins because you was able to play a little basketball and you was able to get in the industry. George Floyd didn't make it in. You made it in for a little while. Now you made a few dollars. Now you acting like you worked hard and that's how you got it. You know how many people are in the NBA that are black compared to the amount of people that work for the NBA? There's more white people that work for the NBA making more money than the players than there is of the players. And all those white men that's making more money than the players, ain't none of them working hard. You dumb, stupid Negro. You had to go dribble a basketball from 4 years old so that you could get in the NBA and get a paycheck. They just had to ask their daddy to buy a team.
That's right.
Dumb, stupid, ignorant Negro. You have this fool ain't got no idea what it means to be a slave. You understand? He turned on black people because black people get a come up. Big shout out to Greg Neal again, brother. You hit it on the head. Like, boy, oh boy, black people come up and you hate black people and just finish saying it's ESPN's fault. It's damn near like in this nigga's mind, you cannot protest to ask for nothing. Because if you do and they give it to you, you got it unjustly. When then in what way did he get this land in just from the North American Indians? Like at what time was it just? Not only that, when the Indians made when the tribe of Gad, tribe of Reuben, the North American Indians made treaties with him, he broke the damn treaties and murdered them and took their land.
Yes,
sir. Listening to this fool will lead you to become a criminal in America, man. It'll lead you to become a robber, a rapist, a cat burglar, a drug dealer, a thief, a killer, all of those things. And this is why our young brothers is learning this lifestyle, because of idiots like this, man. I'm out of it. Y'all go ahead, please.
Jennifer, I know firsthand, right? He made a comment about working hard, right? Like you said, they don't work for nothing. When they go to college, especially these Ivy League colleges, well, let's say any college, they join fraternities, right? They join fraternities based off of what position that frat is in that can help them advance in the future. You know what I mean? Most of these Edomites or these other countries coming out of college already got jobs set making 40, 50 grand a year coming out of school. But we don't have that. So what do you mean they got, what about working hard? They don't work hard for nothing they get, man.
Exactly.
Them.
They used us to cultivate. Sorry to keep cutting you off. They used us to cultivate the damn land, right or wrong.
Yes.
Like they were so fucking lazy, they went and got us to go farm the goddamn land.
Right.
While they sat back and drank iced tea and lemonade.
Right.
Worked us to the nub, beat and tortured us just so they wouldn't have to go in the field and grow their own goddamn food. And this idiot talking about he worked hard, he go get his.
Right.
With all the programs cutting them. Let me hear how it's finished. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that was it, General. That was it, sir. That was it, sir.
Salakia, General. Salakia.
No sweat. No, you good, sir. You good. You suave, sir.
I mean, that joint just blew my head right there. Go ahead, Cap. Salakia.
Salakia, the point he was just making about how they don't work hard. General Q just reminded us, remember, they was paying to get in them Ivy League schools.
Right.
Remember, the actors of them was paying the board to let their children in. And they had, remember them actors who was paying people to let, to let them in with false SAT scores and all
General Q bringing it out now. You right. Like they didn't work hard to get in there and get that college degree. They stole the degree while getting high and partying. They stole the damn degree and got out and got the good job.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
They got it.
Work hard.
Give it to them. You understand? They ain't work hard for it. That's based off of who you know.
Like them Orientals and those East Indians, they go to college out and still have to take English speaking courses. You know why? Because they working in their mother and father's restaurant all the way up until they go to college and never learn how to speak English. They working in the Popeyes fried chicken. You can't even tell what they saying when you go through the goddamn drive-through because they come over here. They taken care of in a business with the people that speak their language because of the loans and finances of the slave master, and they bypass everything you had to suffer to get to this point. The slave master give you a come up, and then you turn around and say, "No, this ain't just. This ain't right." What a disgusting Negro, man.
Right. You know what's a good example of that right now today, sir? Like modern day time on TV. Every black person on here gonna know this here. Everybody here that watched that movie, that series called Power, the 50 Cent, right? That kid Tariq went to an Ivy League school and made friends with who? This oppressor's son. Right. That oppressor's son wasn't a cat that was smart in school. His people had money. They owned the library. They owned different things in there. They had financial money. So he got whatever he was wanting. You understand? But Tariq got him into the drug game. He got money that way as well. But he made a comment out of his own mouth and said this: I don't want what my mother and father gonna give me. I want to make my own money. Why he say that? Because he was born into money. He didn't have to work for it. All he had to do was show the hell up.
Right.
That's all he had to do.
Right.
He didn't have to work for it. That cat was given money. Like how she said, she comes from a place where she already had the money.
Yeah.
Wherever that place is in Maryland, I'm talking about, it's a rich place. But she had the money. She was grown in that money, raised in that money. Yeah. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna go back to Cat Mashak. I seen it on his face. He made that comment because he got taste. That's what I'm gonna say.
And if I could, well, you give it up for General Haas, man. What you said is Haas is so heavy. And if I could add onto it, like even if you don't go to Potomac to find her money, she got that job because America murdered the 12 tribes of Israel to make this land. That's why she got that job. You know what I mean? Yeah, she got money in Potomac, but she had way more than the money in Potomac. She had white privilege before that. That she got from robbing these Gadites and these other tribes and keeping black people in utter poverty since the day they got emancipated out of slavery. They've been getting raped, robbed, and murdered ever since. And this coon turn around and act like it's an injustice. What a sellout. Hey, man, if y'all on here with us tonight, man, please hit the subscribe button. This is the new channel. We understand we want to get you over to the new channel, blackwatch.news. Hit that subscribe button so we can give you the notifications. You can stay in touch, man. Bring our people over, man, from the other channel, from the Commander General Yahanna channel. Join us as usual Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, 9 p.m. You see, I'm ending it on time, y'all. I ain't ODing. I got chastised. I ain't ODing for 4 hours. I'm shut down on time. We're going to be starting at 9. We're going to be ending on time, man. Big shout out to all the camps out there. Big shout out to General Haas, Captain Mashat, Officer Kazak, Imad. This is blackwatch.news. I see y'all live Monday night, y'all.
I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. One body, one faith, one Lord. Feel like I can take over the world with one sword. 144,000 men on one accord. Not being in this army is something we can't afford. Real niggas across the board, ain't no suckers round us. You was looking for the truth, well that's how you found us. Now it's time to lace your boots up. We got the order from the king, round the troops up. Let's go to war and die defending this nation if we gotta. Ain't no stopping us now. The chosen people of the power, standing strong like a man. Cause in our camp it ain't no cowards. 144 grand, nigga, and step before the sun. Rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. I'm sick and tired of watching niggas get smoked. Work 80 hours a week and then a nigga still broke. Don't let that same nigga try to sell dope. They give him 100 years and then that nigga can't cope. Murder she wrote, they got their foot on our neck. We don't own no damn land, but yet we reppin' our set. Are you prepared for what's next? Babylon is falling. Esau has to fall so Jacob can get the ball in. Many are called and all, I'm standing tall. I just did a roll call and all my dogs, we all in. 7,000 men who haven't bowed to idols. Remember that we them people they talked about in the Bible. Rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power,